Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Greater Boston Crokinole YouTube channel. My name is Joe Buckley, and I will be commentating here on this semifinal match from the Long Island Crokinole Classic. This is a tournament hosted by the Long Island Crokinole Club, and a big shout out to Liz, Danny, and Andrew for putting it on. We have Dave Miao, who just kicked things off with a nice open 20 for us there. Xavier Osuna, his teammate with the green button. Nick Stangas on the board now is a Greater Boston Crokinole member. Excellent player. He's repping his Wicked Flick t-shirt, along with Eric Mammen, near side. All these players, very seasoned players of the game. Definitely know what they're doing, so it should be some good action here. As I say that, Mammen goes ahead and gets the off, spreading out the buttons here. Again, this is a race to 7 semifinal match. I think, I think Stangas was just trying to stay on the outside there, but kind of rolled in a tidbit. Catches the peg, a little bounce back there for Dave. Don't think that's what he wanted, and you leave an opening like that for Mammen, he will take advantage. Visibly upset there as well. Xavier obviously don't want to do that, and Stangas takes advantage. So put themselves in a bit of a hole here. Maybe looking for a different angle. Smart play here by Dave. You know, once you miss a shot that you were looking at earlier, sometimes it just kind of stays in your head. I don't know what it is about Crokinole, but once you miss that one angle, you know what? You're better off just trying to find something else. So, right idea by him. 3-1. Mammen and Stangas are up in the 20s, so they're probably just going to stick to the outside here. Play it smart. Get that first round win. Very important in tournament play is to try to get up early. Great angle in from the outside there. Beautiful shot. Maybe a little too late, but still excellent. Probably make the highlight reel. See if, I think Dave was probably going for the same thing there. I'm sorry, Xavier was probably trying to go for the same thing, that angle in. Stangas almost gives him a gift. His button stays on, which is very fortunate. Dave misses, and these are just kind of a formality here as Mammen and Stangas pretty much have the round. So.
Should I get this?
Xavier jokes a little bit there, like, should I just go for the easy one? But and there's the highlight, that angle in from the 5. Quite the shot. I want to shout out Mammen for this incredible editing and speed up of the video.
See, they're intimidated.
Mammen leads off, gets a little short there. Let's see if we can get a little touch. He comes up short. Now Stangas looking at a nice little backboard for himself. Let's see if he executes. He just misses as well. And we got ourselves a little game here. And Dave nails it, gets the off and the 20. So important. Mammen looking for a fall through. Clears everything. Xavier goes through. Not what you want there. And Stangas capitalizes. Now we're tied in the 20s cup. Let's see if we get a little race going. I don't even think I need the commentary. If you can hear the volume on these guys, they're kind of running their own. It's pretty good, actually.
Yes!
Oh, what a follow through there from Xavier Osuna. That's definitely going to make the edit afterwards. Little Hogan's Alley action. See it. Nice. Back-to-back 20s there, both of them. Those are the kind of shots that really keep you in a tournament. They win a match for you. Backboard. Almost an identical shot to the first way around here. See if Stangas executes it this time. Oh, catches a peg coming back. Just like you draw it up. Sometimes it's good to have a break like that. Take it how you can get it. Mammen probably trying to bounce back there on the peg, catch it coming back. Didn't happen, but still good bid. Xavier executes the off, and yep, Stangas looking for an angle, gets it. What a shot there. That's huge. You know, been watching a lot of Crokinole, a lot of different shots. It seems like anytime you come up that Hogan's Alley, and I don't even know if it's considered a follow through or an angle in, but that shot seems to be more and more. It happens more and more in tournament play, and if you plan on being in tournament play or want to become a better Crokinole player, it seems like you got to have that shot in the bag, that follow through Hogan's Alley shot, pretty much, to get that little angle in for the 20.
So wait, so we're winning right now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Xavier and Dave discussing a bit of strategy. They're up in the 20s cup. I think Dave's just going to ditch this, and he does, because why not? Why take the chance? Nice little touch 20 by Dave there. Beautiful. Here's that follow through. What a shot. Nick was impressed. And here's that shot I'm talking about. Through Hogan's Alley, angle in. And then the beautiful backboard peg. And here it is again. That's the shot. That follow through Hogan's Alley. That's a shot that you see more and more players hitting on a regular basis. And it seems to be the shot that you got to have in the bag if you're coming to play.
Yeah.
So tied 2-2. In this race to 7, Mammen got reaching. Heavy leaner right here. Dave can't quite get that out of the way. Let's see if Mammen can get his. Nope. Sometimes those shots, I don't know what it is about backboard sometimes, especially if they're hanging over quite a bit. Those are the ones that if you're off even by a little bit, you're not going to get it to fall. Looks pretty nicely posted. Maybe a hamster here, a little bounce back action.
You guys call it hamster?
Yep. There it is. Very close. Very closely executed there by Nick, but demotes the green button. Looking for a touch 20 here, maybe from Dave. Funky angle. Doesn't quite get it. Probably left an opening here from Mammen. And he does. Button stays on. They're debating. And it's in. That could be important down the stretch here. Oh, get the flashlight out, guys. Come on. It's in. Confirmed.
You want to try it, but you're going to move 7 to the 15 off.
Comes up just short.
I'm hammer.
Little team discussion here, talking some strategy.
I can get the 20.
Do they try to hide here?
You stick here, right? And just take the 5. I don't mind the 5. Though. Sorry, take this one. If you feel good about that, take the 20. That's fine.
Possibly looking at just using his backboard here.
I don't love that play. I'd rather have a disc on the board and set ourselves up for a double. Like there's a double here for me too. Can you take this and
this is what separates good teams, though. Communication. Talking it out, talking about your next shot. Not only the one that he's about to take, but what could come up later from Mammen. It stays on, which is fortunate. If he lost that shooter, that could have been obviously not what you want. You want to keep your buttons on the board. Now let's see what Mammen does with his shot here. Maybe looking at a double takeout. trying to get this button in the 10 through. Knowing Mammen, he's going to go for it. I very rarely see him
this one's a bit
not
riskier,
take an
but it's
opportunity
there.
to
I think it's doable.
try to make the big shot.
If I double here, I stick here.
And they do have the
That's not
hammer.
terrible.
20's cup is tied.
This one.
The game is tied.
And then leave
Still
that
plenty of
in.
shots left. Might be the right time to take the
Oh,
risk.
see, there's a margin of error here, right?
And he executes the double on the far side. And hides it pretty well. He almost has to go through the middle here. He might. This is one of those sketchy shots where you catch the peg with the blue button, it bounces back and knocks yours off. Let's see what happens.
Sure about
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Hit it more to the right. I mean, don't hit the bumper, but hit it more to the right. It's not going to knock you out. Yeah.
Ooh, and he almost sneaks it in for a 20. Now we're looking at a possible double for Nick, but let's see what he goes with. Now he takes the backboard and takes the 20. Smart play. Dave resets. Is he electing to do a touch 20 on his own? Very interesting. I like that. Mammen has no issue cleaning that up and stays ahead in the 20s cup. Xavier hits his, and we have ourselves a great little match here. That is well hidden between the pegs. Nick gets rid of it. Nicely done. Maybe a touch 20 here. Kind of far away, but let's see if Dave can handle it. He does. Very nicely done. Puts himself ahead of the 20s cup. Mammen and Stangas do have hammer.
Right.
Miao and Osuna are up in the 20s.
Yeah, we're up by one.
So now do you try to play a little
Get this
hiding game here?
If you get, you have to play here.
If you get the 20, or we leave it on the.
I don't think I can get the 20, but I think I can get this in, maybe get that out.
No, I think if you could get it out and stay on the outside, they have to keep playing.
Oh, you want me to keep it
I
on the
don't
outside?
think.
Looks like they're electing to stay on the outside here. Oh, he loses his shooter. And that leaves the opening that they were looking for. And he hits it to tie the 20s cup. So often these high-level games, it can come down to one shot. You hate to say it could come down to one shot, but it really can. It's so tough. You know, you make one little mistake, lose a shooter, and you're up against hammer, and all of a sudden what was a close game can just get out of reach quickly. Tough shot here. Dave nails it. Last shot by Mammen. All he has to do is keep his on and demote, and he does. Great backboard here by Nick. Gets his 20. That was early in the round. Mammen gets a nice angle in. Great touch 20 here by Dave. I thought that was probably the shot of the round. So Mammen and Stangas up 4-2. Again, race to 7. Miao and Osuna will have hammer. Stangas kicks it off, and the 20s race is on. Here we go. Everybody's hitting. See if Xavier shakes off that last 20 and puts this one in. And he comes up short. And then you know what? That is a very normal mistake made. Xavier shouldn't be too hard on himself there. You know, a lot of Crokinole players, you go long, what do you do the next one? Oh, like, I can't hit it that hard, so what happens? You come up short. You just got to – sometimes it's tough to find it,
I
you
don't know
know.
if it can really work. No, it works.
Here it is. One long, one short, one right in the middle. There you go.
I have 3 different ways. Weird.
It comes up short. They're up 6-4 in the 20s Cup. Let's see if Dave can get his team back in it right here. Get a nice little touch 20. His head's in the way of the shot, but oh, he's got to shake it out. Jamming up. Gets the off, gets the 20. Mammen's hitting his. Comes up short.
Touchdown lines, all right. Beautiful.
Stangas hits his backboard. Something to note, too, is that what stinks is if you're in Xavier's spot, you know, to be to the left of Mammen is not any fun. When the guy next to you is constantly hitting 20s, it just puts that much more pressure on you to hit yours. So I don't envy him being in that spot right now, having to follow him. They're now up 8-5 in the 20s Cup. 3 shots remain. 2 on the board. Pretty much out of reach, but Mammen just discussing with Stangas there that if he hits this touch, it's a win. So he just goes ahead and does that. So now just a formality, but still important to get those shots in, sink those 20s. Nick goes ahead and hides anyway. Again, sometimes this is the most important thing, right? Like, even if you have a round won or a round lost, to stay in the round, execute the shots, because you might be in that same position later in the game. So you want to be ready. So Mammen and Stangas take that round. Touch 20 there by Stangas. Another, we'll call that a backboard, not really a touch, but nicely done. So 6-2. Dave and Xavier have their work cut out for them here. Against the hammer. Race to 7. Could be the final round here. Mammen hits the backboard, gets the off. Xavier hits his 20, and we're tied in the cup. Stangas keeps the momentum going, as well as Dave. And around the horn they go. Great Crokinole here. This is just great to watch. Everybody hitting these 20s. They make it look a whole lot easier than it is, folks, if you're watching. Who is going to be the first to miss? Neither team giving it. Mammen! See if Xavier can get that touch 20. 6-6 in the 20s. 6-2. Race to 7 again in the Long Island Crokinole Classic. Oh, just lips it. That is a tough break.
Yeah, right.
Can't really hit that any differently. I mean, just a tough break there.
Slide out right a little bit more. There it is.
Oh, nice. And that's the shot we were talking about earlier, right? Hogan's alley, angling in, executes it perfectly. It's basically the same shot there for Dave. Couldn't quite get it. Let's see what Mammen can do. Down in front, Mammen. He angles in. And now you got a problem here. Unfortunately for Dave and Xavier. Almost out of reach with 3 shots left, down 2 20s. You need quite a comeback here. Hide. Keep it on the outside. Absolutely. Yep. Just make life difficult for your opponent at this point. That's your job. Mammen elects to go in the middle and almost rings it around for a 20.
There's no way to win because it's at 5, right?
He's also happy, right?
Yeah, yes.
Great Crokinole by these guys. Excellent play.
Get a 20.
To go around like that, those 20s is awesome. But it's just too little too late to catch up. Last shot by Stangas.
You guys, you guys.
And a great match from this tournament. Little highlights. There's that touch. Thank you for watching the Greater Boston Crokinole YouTube channel.